I am Playmaker, the envoy of revenge that fights the Knights of Hanoi. Well, I'm not, but Yusaku is, and I thought it was a pretty cool line. I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was pretty good. Still in the vein of, I would still class this as a filler episode. We're technically not progressing the story, though we are learning little things about the past. I find it ironic that the fact that after they got the Cyburst deck, the first thought that I had was, how did that get there? Who put that there? And then it cuts to Soulburner asking, there's just one thing that we don't know about this story. I'm like, oh, he's going to ask it. Is this something like mysterious force going on here? Has somebody put this here specifically for Playmaker to get it? And he was like, how did Playmaker get his name? I was like, who cares? Who cares about that? How did those cards get there? They weren't in, if they were in the virtual world, that would have been fine. I could imagine one of the like Cyburst monsters putting it there. But like they were in the real world. Someone physically put them there. Who was it? But I guess it's a filler episode, so we may never get that answer resolved. But yeah, there you go. Sorted. There was a lot I liked about this episode. The biggest one, of course, was the fact that it was a duel quiz episode. Like, they'd set up the field. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, I think it happened in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds once as well. Don't quote me on that one, but in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, there's things called duel quizzes where you have scenarios set up. It's in a few games, I think, but you solve the scenario and you get some rewards back. And there's usually a very specific way of doing it. So you'll have like a bunch of different cards and you've just got to figure out how to tactically get over whatever your opponent has. The Knight of Hanoi that went in first clearly has not ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links because his first idea was to use the very first strategy. He literally was going to use two cards, wasn't it? The Link Monster on the field and Megamorph. Obviously, that wasn't going to work. They give you all these cards so that you use them all, which is exactly what Playmaker was able to do. So it was actually pretty impressive, really. There was even a moment in this duel where Yusaku brought up timing. He was like, the reason that the other dude failed was because he didn't take into account the timing of the effects. Like, if you activated this, then that effect would go over that once that one would activate first, and then it'd go in reverse. So I just like that they mentioned, like, the real-world mechanics, like spell speeds and things like that, like what can be activated during what phase. Yeah, I appreciated that anyway. We learned a weird bit of lore about the Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS universe, which I thought was it was a bit odd. It makes sense, but it's also really stupid at the same time. It kind of takes me out. It makes me think this is filler, because we've already had one question that won't get answered, and this one kind of, it ruins a little bit about Link VRAINS. So Link VRAINS, you're in the internet, basically. And apparently the only way you can get out is through your dual disc. So if your dual disc is destroyed or taken off of you in the VRAINS world, then there's no way of you getting out? Is that right? Or is there no way of you getting back in? Because the Knight of Hanoi guy, after he was defeated, he falls, and his dual disc falls into the spikes, and once your thing's destroyed, then you can't log out? I'm pretty sure that's what he said. So where did he go? Is he just a mindless zombie now in the real world or something? But that doesn't make sense. So like if you lose your dual disc, there's no way of getting out of the VRAINS universe except for the times where people are forcibly taken out. Like nowadays, if you fall off your dual board, it ejects you straight away so you don't take damage. I don't know, it's just questions I just don't understand. It doesn't really make sense to me. But yeah, the other thing about the Knights of Hanoi as well was when the other Knights of Hanoi guy just randomly turned up. I just found it a bit weird that they didn't all go together. But the other guy comes, is like, aha, this is my chance to take these cards. And I thought this was going to be the moment where Kusanagi dueled that Knight of Hanoi guy to stall so that Yusaku could finish the puzzle. And we'd finally be able to see his deck. No, we didn't get to see his deck. We may never see Kusanagi's deck, which I'm very, very upset about. Would like to have seen it. Somebody did a good point in the last review. They said it would be is it the UA deck? The sporty deck with the like the sports characters. So I thought that would have been a good idea, especially with them coming out in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links soon. We got the Abyss archetype, the UA archetype, and something else, I think. So yeah, it would have been perfect timing. But yeah, he just sort of tries to rugby tackle him and just grabs him. He's like, I'll stall him, Yusaku. And then luckily there's a chain, and the chain just locks automatically, even though he was able to get off of it straight away. So I was just like, oh, alright, sure. So just pushing all that aside, that isn't that important. I'm just nitpicking at this moment. Ignore me. I'm not trying to be so critical. I enjoyed the episode. I really like the duel quiz. I like the evil ghost thing, this urban myth that apparently there is a deck in this world that you could get. It's pretty cool. I like the story of that. Oh, hold on, I've actually got to nitpick one more time, my bad. So after they won, there's like that chest, and they thought the deck was going to be inside of it. It's a hologram, play starts crashing, they're like, alright, let's get out of here. It reminded me a lot of like Raiders of the Lost Ark or one of the Indiana Jones films, just with the whole puzzles and everything. But the fact that Yusaku was able to look at the field and be like, this field looks a lot like Den City, almost identical. So that means that the treasure must be here. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it's so different. Even when they got like the field that was up and then the map up, I was like, they don't look that similar. So, fair play. Yusaku's a very clever person, much more cleverer than me, I imagine. So, fair enough. If he could deduce a map, then I'm not going to complain. It's probably not worth mentioning, but the whole, like, you know, Shima knows what Yusaku's secret is. Oh my god, did he know that he was Playmaker? No, of course he didn't. It was even more stupid than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, he knows that Yusaku's a fan of Blue Angel or something like that. It was that he had a part-time job, and you're not allowed to have a part-time job in Japanese schools traditionally, because it distracts you from your studies and whatnot. So I was like, oh. It did make me laugh, though, when he was like, now, if you don't help me sign all these postcards to Blue Angel, I'm going to report you. And he just turns, and Playmaker's gone. That was funny. I did appreciate that. But we see in the preview for the next episode that another one of the Ignises is being revealed. We've had the Dark Ignis, the Fire Ignis, and the Wind Ignis all revealed so far. We've seen the other ones, of course, but I mean, like, they've been revealed in the story. The next one we're going to get is the Earth Ignis, which might be Spectre's Ignis, unless they've talked about it earlier, and I can't remember it. Wait, was the Wind Ignis Spectre's Ignis? Did we talk about that earlier? I completely forgot. I've completely forgot. Well, we'll see how it goes anyway with the new Ignis to see if he's good or bad. He's probably going to be good. It was the big bulky one, wasn't he? The big tall one. But guys, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the quiz. I enjoyed the fact that it was more video gamey. They actually seemed like they were in a virtual game kind of environment with the situations they were in and stuff. I would like to see more of that in the Yu-Gi-Oh series. Maybe like little quizzes every now and then. That's fine. But more of the sort of exploring like the game stuff. I don't know. But still, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, guys. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Catch you later.